Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cameron. I have my fourth and last installment in my mini friendship series that I've been doing on my channel. I said last week's video was my last one, but this one's really going to be my last one. Last week I did a video about how to make new friends in adulthood, so I figured it would only make sense to conclude the mini series by doing a video about how to maintain friendships in adulthood. I started my series with talking about childhood friendships in adulthood. Then my second video was how to let go of fake friends, and then I did a video about how to make new friends in adulthood, and now this video, how to maintain friendships in adulthood, which I think is important because you're talking about your childhood friends or friends that you're just meeting and you're just starting to get to know each other. It's important to know and understand how to maintain those friendships and keep those friendships going so that you can continue to have those friendships for a very long time. So before we get to the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and turn on notifications to be notified whenever I post a new video. And without further ado, let's get into this video. So my first tip on how to maintain friendships in adulthood is to make the friendship a priority and be sure to keep in touch with your friends. So I think this is something that some people have maybe a more difficult time doing in their friendships, is making sure that the friendship is a priority. It obviously is not going to be number one or number two or even number three, not if you're married and you have kids and you have like other major responsibilities in your life, but I think it should be up there on the list. If you want to keep this friendship going, you want to be friends with this person in 20, 30, 40 years. Make time to see each other, make time to hang out with each other. Make sure to keep in communication, keep in contact with your friends. Whenever you guys are with each other, around each other, just be present, be in the moment, have fun when you guys are together. Enjoy the time that you spend with your friends, because you never know when is the next time you're going to see them. Especially the older you get, the more responsibilities you have, the more things you have to tend to and take care of. Friendships kind of get pushed further down on the list of your priorities. But once you get to your 30s and 40s and 50s, you have to make more of an effort to see your friends and hang out with them, because you don't see them as much as you probably did when you were in your 20s or when you were a teenager. If you're talking about your long-term friends, especially for your new friends that you're making, you definitely need to put more of an effort in, because you guys are just getting to know each other. And if you don't make the friendship a priority at all, then you can never really grow a real friendship because you're not making any time for it. Text your friends, call your friends, hangouts whenever is convenient for everyone involved. If you don't do this, the friendship could really fall off and it could dwindle and fade away, and you don't want that to happen, especially if you really like this person and you consider this person to be a close friend. My second tip on how to maintain a friendship in adulthood is to plan activities whenever everyone is free. When you're having friendships in adulthood and you're keeping in regular, consistent contact with them, you guys have more opportunities to plan times to see each other and hang out with each other, spend that quality time together. And I know this can be a lot more difficult if you're talking about friends that don't live in the same area as you, they live really far away, or even friends who live in a whole different state. I think with those type of friends, you just have to keep up with those friendships too. You have to text them, call them, Zoom calls. If it's like a really close friend, you could fly to see each other from time to time. Someone that you really consider yourself to be really, really good friends with, who you want to maintain that friendship with. We're talking about friends who live in the same state as you, who live in the same general area as you. It's not super difficult for you guys to see each other if you wanted to. Those friends like that, make time to plan activities with them, especially when you're my age, when you're in your 20s and you can do more activities. Because once you get older, I feel like people just stop wanting to do activities. I think a lot of people in like their 40, 50, 60, they're not gonna wanna go jet skiing. They're not gonna wanna go to the club, maybe. They're not gonna wanna do all these things that maybe younger people would do. So it's like the older you get, the more limited you are on the activities you can do. I feel like a lot of older people, they just like go out to lunch or go out to dinner. That could be really, really fun too. When you're younger, you have more options for activities. So I think if you're in your 20s, maybe even 30s, try to get all in the activities that you possibly can, because you may not be able to do those same activities with your friends the older you get, because they may not want to. When you're making plans with your friends in order to maintain the friendship, it's crucial that you do not flake on plans. And I made a whole entire video about this, about flaky friends, so make sure to check out that video after this one. When you're like in high school, when you're kids, your parents are the ones who basically ruled and regulated our play dates with our friends and how often we were going to see them. So we really had to work on their schedule. But when you're an adult, you work on your own schedule and the schedule of your friends. Everyone feels like they're ready to hang out. They want to go out and do something, and you guys set plans. I think it's rude to like constantly flake on plans because of X, Y, and Z, or because of whatever reason. Because if you're constantly flaking on plans, then that's just going to be like a huge detriment to the friendship, because you have one side that's trying to hang out, see each other, and then you have the other side that's just trying to flake, and they're not making the friendship a priority because they're not really making any real effort to see the others and to hang out with them and to foster that bonding time with one another. In adulthood, when you're trying to maintain your friendships, it's extremely helpful to plan activities whenever everybody's ready to hang out and do something that the group or you two would like and enjoy and have fun doing. It'll be a fun experience for the both of you. It can make you guys feel closer to each other and more connected and more bonded to each other, and it just makes you want to hang out with them more and see them more, and that helps the friendship continue for a long time. My third tip for how to maintain a friendship in adulthood is to check in on each other from time to time. This one's kind of like self-explanatory. Check in on your friends. Ask them how they're doing, how they're feeling, what's going on in their lives if you guys do not talk extremely regularly. Sometimes people just need that person to vent to, someone that they can talk to help get them through whatever they're going through in their life. It doesn't even have to always be like bad stuff or sad stuff. It can be happy stuff too. Maybe that person wants to tell you really good news and they just want you to be like a listening ear and to maybe give them advice or support on something. A lot of people need a person like that. So I think when you are checking in on your friends and seeing how they're doing, that can be helpful in that way. And this is something that I need to be better at myself, because I am not the check-in girl. I do not do that very well. Like, I'm not really the type of friend that's gonna text me and be like, hey, how are you doing? Like, what's going on? What's up? I'm just really not that girl, because if you wanted to talk to me about something, you would just text me, because we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. So I'm not really the type to like say like, oh, what's going on? How are you doing? Because I feel like most of the time when you ask people that anyway, they're not really gonna give you like the real answer. They're just gonna say, oh, I'm good, everything's good. But then you have the friends who are really gonna tell you like, oh, this and then this happened. But I feel like a lot of the times people are just gonna say, oh, I'm good. If they really wanted to talk about something, then they would talk about it. But if you're not like me, I think it's important to check in, see how they're doing. Just do maybe like a mental health check-in, emotional health check-in, just to maybe see if they want to talk about something. And even if they don't want to talk about something, at least they know that you care and you're really genuinely interested in what's going on in their life, and vice versa. This should be reciprocated as well, just to keep each other up to date on what's happening and what's going on in each other's lives, because that's what friends do. They keep each other filled in and informed about things that are happening in their life. I think when you do that, especially as women, when we like share with each other and we're open with each other, that definitely can help us feel more close to each other and more bonded and connected with each other. And that's a great way to help maintain the friendship, because we feel like we are relating to each other on some level, and we can maybe help each other with things that maybe other people can help us with. I talked about that in my last video about being more open in your friendships and how to make friends, because that's how women, we feel close to each other when we're being open and vulnerable with each other. So I think it's important when someone is checking in on you not to be super closed off and guarded and I don't want to tell them anything, because that's not their business, because then the person might feel like, oh, well, I'm sharing things with you, I'm telling you things, but when I like checking on you, or maybe I ask you a question about something, there's just this huge wall and you don't want to share anything about yourself or about your life. You definitely don't want that to be the case, especially with your friends, because then that can make your friends feel disconnected from you, and it can make them not want to continue the friendship if they get to a point where they feel like that. Be honest and be open. You don't have to be extremely honest and open, but just open enough to where they don't feel like you're shutting them out. How to maintain friendships in adulthood. Of course, there's like a list of things you could do to maintain a friendship. The big 4 things to maintain a friendship in adulthood is to make the friendship a priority, keep in regular contact with each other, call each other, text each other, FaceTime each other, plan activities with your friends, go out to dinner, go to the beach, go to a party, maybe spend birthdays with each other if you can. So that can help you feel more closer to each other. Do check-ins with each other. It doesn't need to be all the time, doesn't need to be a lot. Just see how they're doing, see how they're feeling, and they can do the same for you. And that can help you feel more bonded and connected with them, because you guys are sharing with each other and you're being vulnerable with each other. Lastly, just make sure to realize that friendships grow and change. I think it's good to just come to terms with that, so that you can have a better time with adjusting to the new phases of your friendship that you'll have as the years go by, as you both get older. So that's in my video. I hope you you guys liked it, let me know down below what you guys have done to maintain your friendships in adulthood. Let me know if you have implemented some of these things in your friendships in order to help maintain them. And also let me know if you want a part 2 to this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and turn on notifications so you be notified whenever I post a new video. I love you guys so much if you made it to the end of this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.